Amazon Prime is dropping a new animated series geared towards adults. You have to say it like that, because if you say adult animated series, it just gives a whole different connotation. Anyway, just when you think DEI and wokeness and all that ilk is out the door due to the Trump effect, because you got Apple, Google, Paramount, all these other companies, Coca-Cola, saying goodbye DEI, getting rid of it, we get this dropped right into our lap from Amazon Prime. What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. I'm Chase, and this is Cut to the Chase with me, Chase, and we are talking about this show called Number One Happy Family USA. All right, I actually like the name. Okay, I do. It's funny when English is spoke like that. I'm not going to get into it any more than that. This show is just not being received very well. We're going to get into the reasons why I think so. But let's go ahead and watch the trailer for it so you can see where we're coming from. I watched this once, and yeah. And then I watched it. This will be my second time watching it, so bear with me, guys. Look at her. Look at that TV. That's a beautiful look. Reminds me of a TV. Looks like my TV right there. All right, let's go and watch this thing.
Osarumi, I have a good feeling about this year. We will be happy. We will be perfect.
I love this country!
This September will be your best school year ever.
Okay, so if you haven't been paying attention, it's 2001 in September. He's saying this is going to be the best school year ever. All right, so setting the stage.
Okay, it's not a good time to be at the airport when you look like us.
So it's from Rami Youssef. I don't know who that is, but hey, the childhood nightmares of Rami Youssef.
Okay, class, today we're going to be studying a new subject, terrorism. This will replace math.
I hate math!
Terrible month, Yarumi. Look where you are on the cousin leaderboard. Be more like Kareem, then maybe we get you new clothes.
Okay, first off, I gotta say, this animation is... I'm not like a critiquer of animation, but like this looks like garbage. It really looks bad. And maybe it's supposed to look like that. I don't know. I'll save some of that for later.
Hey folks, I'm Dan, your new neighbor. Hello, FBI.
Investigation!
Why are we worried? We didn't commit any crimes.
This is a time for us to be ourselves!
Being ourselves will get us in a Supermax prison for life.
Right, there is some aspects that I like. Like I don't mind some of this humor, but it's starting to get into this, oh, there's so much victimization going on kind of humor. And that humor just doesn't work. And I'm going to explain why.
Being yourself in public is a very white thing to be able to do. You need to learn how.
Yes, being in public and being yourself is a very white thing to do. All right. Okay. All right.
Code switch ASAP.
Shame those vicious kebabbers killing our people.
Totally knew you were one of the good ones.
USA, USA, hello everybody, USA. We must work harder at being like them. Tonight, we wear shoes in the house. These will never leave my feet again.
Okay, I don't get that reference. Can somebody please explain that? I literally don't get that reference. Tons of people, when I go over to their house, whether they're white or not, they're like, hey, can you take your shoes off at the door? I don't get that reference. Like, I feel like people just make up stereotypes about white people so white people can have stereotypes, I guess. I don't know.
None of us know what we're doing. We're all insecure and scared all the time. But I think it's just about showing compassion.
That's so boring, I want to die.
Okay, and I don't know why they have a sheep. Maybe he had a sheep when he was a kid, but there's a lot of jokes about goats and stuff. I'm not going to get into it. It's a family-friendly show.
Even more than I already do.
Grandma, I thought you didn't know how to drive.
Let's do it. We will change everything about who we are to fit in. We are number one happy family USA.
Okay, and that is it First off, this is a very niche kind of humor. Like, I don't know where you go after this. This whole show is being branded as September 25th, 2001, and how the world was at that moment. And I don't know if there's more seasons planned, but I don't know where you go from that. Like, do you just stay in that niche? Like, it's very narrowed down. I feel like it would be hard to broaden out from that because it's being marketed like that. I don't know. I haven't seen the show, so maybe it gets away from that a little bit. The other thing about the humor in this is I don't know if there's a word for it, but I'm calling it victimhood humor, where it's more of like, oh, look at how poorly I'm mistreated. That's why you should laugh. Nobody wants to laugh at that. Like, that's not funny. People don't find funniness in that. If you want somebody to laugh at your suffering, it would be a more self-deprecating humor. And how you would do that is like, so taking this for example, some people don't like him because he's Muslim. Okay, whatever. And that's like the premise. It's like, oh man, I got this group of people. They don't like me. And it hurts. People understand that. They resonate with that. Now, what would make it funny is not that. It's the self-deprecating route where you subvert an expectation. Where, okay, so you have the guy who's getting discriminated against, and then he finds a way to redirect the discrimination to somewhere else. So he says, hey, did you realize Anna was, I don't know, Jewish? And so then everybody goes towards Anna. That's funny. And people, it's relatable, okay? People understand being under duress with something being against you, and then somehow it being redirected somewhere else. And like, it's funny. This style just isn't funny, where it's just like, oh, poor me, and let's laugh at me. Like, it just doesn't work. Shows like this make me wonder why shows like this do not work. Where you take somebody's life and you make it into a sitcom or an animated series. Because they do work, but this one, I guarantee you, is not going to work. And I think the answer is these types of shows need to be kid-friendly. They need to be made for kids. Hear me out. Some of the greatest animated shows that are based on people's lives are shows like Life with Louie. Please tell me you remember that show. That was a great show. We loved that show. And you have Fat Albert. Okay, that was another show based on real events. It was Bill Cosby and his friend Albert. That's who he kind of based it on. And there's a lot of just great lessons that are taught. It's a really good show. Ironically, I actually just watched an episode like the other day. And ironically enough, it was about racism. So there you go. And it was a really good show. What's another one? Bobby's World. Okay, that was loosely based on Howie Mandel. Again, made for kids. It was a great show. And then in terms of like live action, the one I can think of is The Goldbergs. Like, that was a good show. I didn't watch a lot of it, but every time I watched an episode, I wasn't disappointed in it. It was a funny show. Or you have like The Wonder Years. I don't know if that was based on somebody's life, but it was made that to look like it was. And so you have these shows that do work. I think the secret sauce is you just make it geared towards kids. Makes it so much better. It doesn't interest me at all. Let's go ahead and check out some of the comments. This is a great example of why we all wept when we heard Amazon got the rights to James Bond. Here's the thing. This is it's a cartoon, so I gotta think this has been in the pipeline for a while, because you got shows like Reacher, which is really great. It's a really great show that does none of this kind of stuff. So you're going to get your good and your bad. Who talked Amazon to making this? Hassan Piker. Who is this for? All 5 Muslims that loved Velma? That's pretty good. That's pretty good. As a Middle Eastern man born in America, I look forward to seeing this show get canceled. That's... See, like, nobody likes it. Nobody likes it. Amazon, instead of spending money on terrible shows, maybe give that money back to your customers. Oh, this is good. You can't convince me USAID wasn't laundered into making this. You know, I think he's right. I think if you go searching a little bit more, you might find some USAID influencing 20 million in USAID to fund this. So I'm gonna leave it at that. What do you guys think about this show? Does it look good to you? Does it look appealing? Does it look interesting? Does it look funny? Does it even look funny to you? Or is it just garbage? Let me know down in the comment section. I read all of them. I respond to all of them pretty much. So let me know down there what you guys think. And if you liked this video, please go down and like it. If you have not yet already, subscribe to the channel. Hit that bell for notifications so you're always notified when a new video of mine drops. And as always, guys, peace out.